Another storyline we're following, of course, Hailie Deegan. We talked about her before. This is her debut. It will not be easy. We all know that, but they are surrounding her with a lot of talent. On the box, making her for her crew chief is Drew Blickensderfer, a Cup Series veteran who's won a Daytona 500. In her ear as a spotter, Kevin Harvick's spotter in the Cup Series, Tim Fedewa. They have realistic goals. They said they just want to finish all the laps, but Hailie Deegan said she really wants to get a top 15 finish today in her debut, guys.
Good look at that 17 truck of Hailie Deegan making her first Gander Trucks start. I can't think of a driver that there's been as much anticipation and hype, and much of it well-deserved in recent years, than that young lady, Hailie Deegan.
I tell you, she's been very impressive, Vince, and just seeing her get this opportunity, taking her time early in the race. She's worked her way to the 26th position, but she's done a nice job here early. I remember a couple years ago out in Vegas, she was running the dirt race, and I stayed up until about 2 in the morning, it felt like, just to see how she would do, and she won that darn race. She's a very talented young racer, and I'm glad she's got this opportunity. If you look just ahead of Creed, the next truck to go a lap down is Colin Garrett, and right now Hailie Deegan is his biggest fan because she doesn't want him to go a lap down, hoping that she can get in the free pass position.
And there is Hailie Deegan in that 17 truck as Creed goes around her.
I tell you though, Chandler Smith was keeping Creed honest here at the end of stage 1.
Hey, making her debut in the Truck Series today, as we've discussed, is Hailie Deegan, and she may be a newcomer, but Hailie is soon to be no stranger to this series.
I spent so much time behind the wheel, just trying to gain experience and develop as much as I can. Now I feel like it's my time to move to trucks. I'm really excited to be in the Truck Series because it's so competitive and exciting.
And I know a lot of eyes on that 17 truck here today, as Hailie Deegan, certainly her move to the Truck Series has been much talked about, much anticipated. And well, what are the expectations in your mind for her today?
I just feel like needs to run all the laps, and she did a good job in that first stage. Remember, she's never been in one of these things, no practice, and she gets out there, she ran all the laps, was in a position to get the free pass. She's back on the lead lap, so it's just building some notes, building some knowledge about what these trucks are like.
Yeah, when the green flag drops and you're in the Truck Series, you're now in a big level that you've never been on. You've never been to this stage before. And so for her to navigate through the first few laps and then to get settled in and feel the aerodynamics of a truck, but her pedigree, her past of racing on dirt and off-road and then getting that first K&N win on the dirt, those are good stats to have. And she's going to start these building blocks as she starts moving forward. And here's Hailie Deegan trying to navigate her way through.
Whoa.
Like beep, beep.
Oh.
That's the accordion effect of everybody trying to check up. But yeah, I mean, that's a great lesson to learn. You've got to look ahead on how all these restarts, there's just trucks everywhere. Tons of contact for a bunch of different trucks, playoff contenders and guys and girls that were just innocent bystanders.
Bring that pit stop radio from the 17 of Hailie Deegan.
Messed up again and my foot came off the brake, my bad.
There's a good chance you're going to be able to sit in that truck after the race and say, if my brake pedal was a little bigger, a little this way or that way, it'd be easier for you. Stuff you didn't know, getting in it the first time.
I know, it's in the great place. I keep forgetting.
Well, I mean, you got limited practice in her defense, and it's still, though, a matter of knowing where you need to be with all of your tools inside the race car and where you need to be for a pit stop and how you get in and out of the pit box. But all said and done, right now, Deegan's running P14. She's 14th, got a fresh set of tires. Let's go, girl. Get them warmed up, get settled back in, shake it off.
I like what they've surrounded Hailie with, though. Drew Blickensderfer on the box, Tim Fedewa up on the spotter stand. She's got experienced veterans helping guide her through these learning curves. That'll pay dividends as she races forward.
Yeah, Kurt, you said limited practice, no practice. I mean, this is her first time in the truck period because they did not get practice prior to this race. She did run the ARCA race here last night, but her truck debut, and she is top 15 right now as we get going again. You see Brett Moffitt finally wrestles that position away from Zane Smith.
That was an impressive battle off of pit road. Those two boys didn't want to give up anything, and they launched, and they were drag racing on the apron. They blended off turn 2, and you're wide open through 3 and 4, and the first time you're going to crack the throttle was back down on this end of the track, and Moffitt drove as hard as he could to get the lead away from Zane Smith. So this could be a big moment as far as one truck's going to be in clean air for the rest of the run, one truck's going to be in dirty air for the rest of the run.
Of course, you see Moffitt and Smith 8th and 9th, but all those ahead of them still have to pit yet. So
one of those trucks, Vince, is Hailie Deegan. I don't think she's ever made a live pit stop. I know they don't have those in ARCA, but she's just gotten better and better all day long. Currently running 6th, needs that last pit stop, but was running about 14th or 15th prior to the pit stop starting. So nice work by this lady.
And when you think that would be all you could ask for, run all the laps, finish in that top 15 to top 20 range.
And you know, Kurt, what I was impressed with is when she restarted 14th. You know, that's the eye of the storm. Your truck's going to handle as bad as it possibly could because of all the air being moved around. She was able to hold her own in that circumstance. Just another part of the learning curve that she excelled in, I think.
Yeah, she's getting a lot of boxes checked off today as far as dirty air, restarts, pit road, and we're probably going to see a hot pit entry. And as Zane Smith showed, you're going for every inch that you can, every bit of lap time to get in and off pit road. So we'll see how she's able to handle that. If I was her spotter, I wouldn't be telling her she's running 6th place right now. I would just say, hey, keep cranking out laps.
But what I love, if you look at the top 5 speeds, she's there.
Remember, Hailie Deegan still has to come to pit road again.
Along with
all those around her, Eckes, Sauter, Peters, Gilliland.
This is just strategy, making sure they didn't think they had race-winning trucks, Vince, but if they stay out and catch a caution, it could be a game changer for these teams. We talked about the pit road window being 50 to 55 laps. That would put them having to pit right around 120, 125. So that would be a splash of gas, I would predict now, from Deegan and from Todd Gilliland, but they have to be careful when you do that, Vince. When you come to pit road, we see sliding tires. If you're planning on just getting gas, you can't slide those tires because you'll flat spot them and have a flat.
Thought I saw Hailie Deegan maybe waving her hand in the window as maybe an indicator that she's coming this time, and she is indeed.
Good eye, Vince.
Remember, this is something she's never done before. A live, fast pit road approach.
Gilliland has also come to pit road, so those two that had stayed out the longest making those final stops. And that'll recycle Moffitt and Smith to the top of the board.
What about Moffitt, man? That's awesome. He didn't have a truck early in the race that we thought could win this race, and they've adjusted and they've come to the party.
Absolutely, he put himself in position to get to the lead off of that drag race off pit road. Deegan's in for her pit stop.
And admittedly, she said this was a part of the challenge for her with these live pit stops. They don't make those in ARCA. She ran the ARCA race last night, the ARCA Rookie of the Year.
And she did a nice job there. No mistakes on her part, her half, as long as she doesn't speed on exit. Looks like a pretty clean run down pit road.
Yeah, so there's a conservative approach, entry and exit of pit box. She needs to be gassing it up a lot harder here. I don't know if something happened.